All right, we're back, and Jupiter Joe Thomas is here in studio. You know, Joe, you and I, we were talking the other day, and you brought something, and I never thought about this, and it's what happens to 401ks. And, you know, people have 401ks, and all you think about is building. But when you retire, what happens to your 401k?
Nobody knows.
Exactly. I never hear people talk about that. And yeah, I don't know. And this is what I guess. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but because you deal with people that have these, you know, but if you have a 401k and you retire, you probably, you cash it out.
Some people do, and they don't realize it's taxable.
And they get hit by taxes, and then they start living off of that nest egg in a savings account or something. What do they do?
So if they know what they're doing, they'll start a distribution phase. You know, the whole thing about a 401k is an accumulation. You're accumulating money for 30 years, and then you need a distribution phase, but nobody knows how to do it. So if you go to a broker and you roll your money over, a stockbroker, they're going to say, take 4% out. So pose this question to you. If you have $1 million in a 401k and you take 4% out, that's $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
You're used to living on $100,000 a year. How are you going to live on $40,000 a year?
Exactly.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we have a distribution phase with an annuity.
Yeah.
Guarantees you income for life. And guess what our payouts are? 7 and 8%.
Wow.
So now you're getting $70,000 or $80,000 a year, which helps you live your life.
You know, most people, and now this is just my experience, most people I know, when they retire, it's what you said, they're not really downsizing. The kids were already out and grown. So whatever they're making, they still really need to kind of have that coming in.
Look, everything's expensive today.
Yeah.
After COVID, everything went up, right? And President Trump's doing what he can to get everything down. But it's expensive to live, especially in South Florida. They say, you know, people think they're going to come to Florida. They're going to buy this house on the beach.
Yep.
They're going to join a country club.
Yep.
For $100,000. It just doesn't work. You know,
No.
This is South Florida, man. It's expensive to live down here. You know.
Oh yeah. You know, I was looking. I had a condo that my wife and I had when we first got married, little tiny condo, and I saw online it was for sale, and the HOA is like almost $1,000.
It's crazy.
You know, so, you know, you retire and get a condo. Okay. Oh, I got a great deal for the condo. Maybe even pay cash for it, but you still got that HOA.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're on a golf, you got that golf course fee, you know, so this dream of mortgage-free living and everything, it costs a lot of money. And the thing I like about the annuities is, you know, unlike with the 401k, you're not chipping away your nest egg because your nest egg's safe, and you've got that revenue coming in.
Exactly. It's a big difference. Now, you know, it's interesting. President Trump now has changed the 401k. I don't know if he's adding a whole, he's changing it. So you can invest now in private equity, crypto, and real estate. Yeah.
Wow.
The only problem is there's going to be no advice for it. So if you have a 401k, you need advice, and that's what we do. So that's why we provide a book to people. We provide a consultation to people. And what that does is it helps people get educated about their money. If you're listening right now, get information and education about your 401k.
Yeah.
Know the fees. Know what you can and cannot do. I was on the phone with a guy the other day with FRS, you know, Florida Retirement System. 15 minutes on hold. We finally got through to somebody, another 15 minutes to find out the guy's balance. He didn't even know his balance after 30 years.
Well, what happens, a lot of times people got to come to you and they don't just have maybe a 401k, they have an investment fund and it has however much is in it. Okay, but now I'm going to retire. I'm not going to be adding. What do people do? They have an investment fund. It has X amount of dollars. Maybe it has 50,000. Maybe it has 5 million in it. What do they do and how do you help them?
So what we're talking about with most people, do you want income or do you want growth? Growth is, I want to grow my money. I want to make it as much. So we'll put in one type of annuity, a growth annuity with a bonus, and then they can be in the market without the risk, zero risk.
Yeah.
Or they want income, so that's an income annuity. And then we turn that into income for them.
But what percentage of people are now retiring that are still in the building phase? They want income, don't they? Because they don't have their job anymore.
Most people I'm seeing, they want income starting in either 30 days or 1 year.
30 days. So that's something.
Yeah, this year specifically, most people come into my office and say, hey, I want income in 30 days.
You can do that?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We've got income where, in fact, we're usually direct depositing your check within 2 weeks.
Wow.
So we tell people 30 days because it takes us a few weeks to get the paperwork set up. But we do 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You tell us when you want to retire.
Yeah.
So for somebody who's got money sitting on the sidelines, they say, hey, I want to put this in and not touch it for 3 years.
Yeah.
We can do that. No problem.
Well, that's an interesting thing. You never mentioned that before. So you can start getting your monthly checks within a month.
Yep.
Well,
and by the way, it's you know how much your Social Security is going to be to the penny? With these annuities, you're going to know to the penny how much you're going to get per month. So you can add up your fixed expenses and know how much your fixed income is. And
Wow.
that's how you survive in retirement.
That's exactly right.
You know?
That's exactly
and we've
right.
had that conversation before.
Absolutely. Well, listen, give Joe Thomas a call. Remember, it's a no-charge consultation, no matter where you're located, and he's going to put together a custom proposal for you based on your situation and your goals. 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. And online, JupiterJoe.com. All right,
you
Joe,
so
we'll
much.
see you soon. All right, take care.